if you're a fan of the Godfather franchise like I am, I have finally finished the final chapter of Godfather 3. And there are more nuance to the story, and this is a little bit shorter than the other two because 1 and 2 were much longer than the counterparts of the film. So this one is much more darker and finishes the story of Mikey Corleone's arc, and does it tell a good story of his final ending of the movie. Let's begin with the synopsis and begin the review of the film, shall we? People have given it 7.6. It's actually a decent rating for this particular film. So let's begin. So as a Michael Corleone, played as Al Pacino, he finds that being the head of the Corleone family isn't getting any easier because he's getting a little bit older now. So he wants his family out of the mafia. So he's trying to get his family out of the mafia game now because he's getting too old. So he can't continue any much longer. He wants his family out. But the mob kingpin, Ellie Winch, isn't eager to let one of the most powerful, wealthiest family to go legit. So mostly they know the new mob kingpin now is trying to force him, Michael Corleone, back into the business, so now he can't get out. So whenever he wants to get out of the business, they try to push him back in. So that's the main issue with this one. So he's trying to pull his family away from the situation of being in the crazy life, but other people bring him back in. That's crazy. So, making the matters even worse, Michael's nephew, Vincent, aide Grace, not only does Vincent makes a piece of Corleone's family, a criminal empire, but he wants Michael's daughter, played by Sophia Coppola, played by Mary. So mostly, yes, this movie is pretty good, and it tells crazy things about Michael Corleone and how there are different scenes in this film I did like and enjoy, really interesting scenes or some good scenes I really did enjoy. And Michael Corleone was pretty in this one he was much more darker. I feel that he's trying to get his family out of the business of being a mob boss, but every time this time he's trying to get out of it, he gets pulled back into the game, and you see the difference. Like he loves his daughter, he wants to take care of his daughter and protect her, things like that. But there's some scenes I did like in this film, really interesting scenes. There are so good cinematics, good things about this movie, but there are some issues. Some of the a movie is all over the place. That's the main problem. The idea of the thing is good, but the problem is in this film is that so much of the concept of the story is all over the place. It's kind of confusing, but if you watch it a little bit and understand, you probably will get it like I did a little bit. But it's still confusing, but it's still all over the place, so you can't complain about that. It's pretty crazy. It's still all over the place. But as you know, that Michael Corleone is getting a little bit older, much more older. So he gives it to he gives it to Vincent. He gives it to Vincent. Yeah, he gives it the his empire, the power to Vincent. Now he's a new mafia don. But he's old, but he gives the new power to him. But it's a lot of crazy stuff happens in this movie. A lot of craziness, a lot of much more. But let's see the cast wise. Michael Corleone is still played by Al Pacino, like usual. Sophia Coppola is played by Mary Corleone. She's beautiful. She was very beautiful actually. Andy Garcia is played by Vincent Corleone. He did a fantastic job. There are some new characters and also same faces from the original. Yes. Um, yeah, there's some new people, same people, coming cast, things like that. So yes, there are some very interesting stuff in this movie. If you have noticed, yeah, if you have noticed, 1 second, guys. Yes, if you have noticed, this is directed by the same person. But if you have noticed in this film, it takes a darker tone. Mostly, Michael Corleone, is much more darker in this one. He does care. He does repent his sins of doing bad things in his past. He repents all the stuff he has did and sins he has done, things have occurred and things like that. Everything he has done. But he also feels another crazy thing that happens in the movie is if you have not seen the movie itself, it's spoiler part 1, 2, and 3. When his there is a scene at the very end. This is how it happens. Okay, in Godfather 3, the end of Michael is sitting alone outside the villa. Alone at the villa. All his family uh, disputes have been settled, but he has no family left. He is wearing a dark glass and slumps into the chair, loses his grip in the orange of his lap, and falls dead in the ground. There's more to it than this. We can continue more. And devastating loss. Michael Corleone, Michael related to Skelly and lived in Domi Tumenoso, Old Villa. I think that's the his ex-wife that I think he went back to his ex-wife. That explosion. I think I just remember that. That's the first scene where he went over there. I believe I remember that just now. So once that's where he once lived. His Werv's first wife. Um, First wife was Apollio, or whatever her name was. Yeah, Apolliana. It's hard for I butcher her name, but whatever. He died in 1997. He was distressed and he was alone of a stroke while sitting in the chair out front of the villa. And yeah, there's more to this too as well. After the promos, Moscow shoots at Michael. Sorry about that weird noise. Uh, Wounding him for the second bullet that hits Mary. So mostly after the first hit of the bullet, it does go through him and out of the. After he gets shot once, but another time he gets shot again, goes through Corleone and it hits Mary. And after it hits Mary, uh, it kills her. Mary's death breaks Michael's spirit into shreds. I'm just saying shreds because it's not in it. I'm just saying. And his scream of agony over her body. In the epilogue scene in 1997, elderly Michael, 877, lives alone in the Toledo Villa. And another thing you need to understand is Michael was alone, and because he was punishing himself for the death of his own daughter, Mary. There's more to it that so people have described it in many kind of ways, and this guy, damn, he does it. This guy actually describes it pretty well, in my opinion. So, oh damn. So mostly Michael realizes that it's too late, and he's already in hell. Everything he caused and any decision he makes, Michael Corleone has made decision in his own past, caused his path that pain and distress. Anything that he has done and caused his losses, his family, It wasn't all worth it. The power. In this saga, you know that he loved the power. He didn't care about the money, but he cared about all the power he wanted, becoming the power of the Mafia Don. So mostly he cared about all of that stuff. He didn't care about nothing but power. But now he realizes family is an important thing. So what happened was when he lost his family, he lost his spirit to live. That's the reason why he died alone. So mostly, I believe that after he lost his daughter, he lost his spirit to live. So he actually went to his. I think he moved on, went to another area, and he died alone. He punished himself for doing all that stuff, for all the things he has did. And they actually reminisce the scenes of the past from Godfather one and two, I guess. So I mean, yeah, this is the entire Godfather. Uh, he's already in hell, so he couldn't do nothing about it. I do feel his pain and how he suffered and stuff like that. You do see the loss. Uh, so mostly there are some scenes in Godfather 2, if you have noticed, there's some scenes that he was alone in the dark thinking and things like that. So when he saw his daughter got shot and died, he lost his spirit. You can see his emotions screaming from his lungs. He knew whatever he did in the past was wrong, and when he is the powerful god of the mafia don or whatever it might be when he was, it catches up to him. The power will catch up to you. Power will consume you all, and it did. It consumed him, and it destroyed him. And now he lost everything. He lost his wife. He lost his daughter. He lost his sons. I think he lost his son. But he still had his son. His son did not die. His son was still there. So he lost his daughter. He lost literally lost his daughter, but he still has a son. But they don't see as much as anymore. And he lost his wife. Was this all worth it for power? Probably not, in my own opinion. But he's already in hell, so we can't worry about it. This continues on with everything. Pope John Paul first died in a heart attack of just 30 days after being elected a pope in 1987. So we literally got Pope John Paul 2.0. 2.0. How good one. So mostly they actually did that scene with Godfather 3. However, the Pope died, they made the 2.0 Pope after the whatever thing, if you think about it. So Korean Laboratory as Limbo Ircho, Godfather Part 3 dies in mysterious heart attack in 1990 film. Lives Lamb falsely believed the man can become a lion. That was read always. Sorry, just a lot of stuff in this thing, man. Lamb, he could play with lions. This picture is a pop artist and serpent, something around the crab. It just says some other stuff about the thing. It doesn't say much about it after that. Uh, Okay, this is another part of this. Michael was alone at the end because he was punishing himself for the death of his daughter, Mary. Okay, that was the main thing I did tell you about earlier before, so I think that's another one. Okay, I think he this and some other person read not a review but a description of what happened. I think the Kay made her mind up, keeping away from Corleone's. Remember when she was in the middle of the recollection with Michael, but they were interrupted. She was murmured. Murmured. It never ends. Getting her children killed was just one of the reasons why their relationship could never work, despite they love each other. So it So it's safe to say Kay went back to his husband and Tony went to his career. So something with that one. Okay. There's a lot of stuff with this thing. A lot of information about this film. This is a very interesting concept if you think about it. The way it's done, it's pretty good, but it's just how they do it in the right way, you know. So mostly in the okay. So this is how it is. The final scene cut from the death of Michael Corleone is death from Michael Corleone. I don't get with the word. The Godfather 3 ends with the Michael Corleone is sitting alone outside the villa of Sealy. All family debts have been settled, but there's no, but he has no family left. Mostly, he has no one left in his life. Everyone has left him. Now he's all alone. No one to take care of him. In the end, he perishes with no one to take care of him. So mostly, in the very end, he lost everyone. Mostly, he had so much power and greed. Not greed, but he didn't care about money as much, but he wanted more power. And power will consume you. So it consumed him mostly. After he lost his daughter, he lost his spirit. And after that, he couldn't take it anymore, so after that, he died alone. And well, like I said, there is a lot of complications with The Godfather 3, in my opinion. It could have been much worse, in my opinion. But the thing is, the story was all over the place. Some of the parts were confusing here and there. But the story was decent. There are some good scenes in the film. Very good set pieces were really interesting. There was a set piece where the opera scene was really good because you know suspense. Something's gonna happen, someone might die or whatever that might be. That's the suspense. There are some good scenes in the film that are really interesting here and there, but it has some small problems. Like I said, there are some nitpicks, but I will not say this movie is amazing. It ain't amazing, but it is to a point different from the Godfather movies I've seen. I rather choose the Godfather 1 and 2, in my own opinion. Godfather 1 and 2 are one of the best sequels you will love and enjoy. I believe the second one is the far better one, in my opinion, because it gives much more story to Corleone and the other character. You know, damn. Oh, what's his name? Oh, it's been a while, so I mean, I'm gonna rewatch the movie to find out, but they go over with the other character and arc and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I enjoyed that film pretty well, in my opinion, with with Godfather 2, in my opinion. But you know, it's just oh yeah, Vito. Sorry, Vito. That's the first one. That's the second one. My Corleone story, and with Vito. So that's the reason why I like the second one too better. But the first one was pretty one of my favorite ones. The first and second were my favorites. But the third one, in my opinion, has a lot more a lot more things it has to do to be better. But there was supposed to be Godfather 4, but it was scratched before it was made. I believe the fourth one. I mean, if it was a God of War, a God of War, if it was Godfather 4, do you think it'll be good as Godfather 3? Probably not, because thank God they canceled that before it went to production. In my opinion, I believe that they ended the story with whatever how it ended, and I think they cannot make any more Godfather film. Most of this is literally story about Michael Corleone's story, and the saga is done. They can't make any more of the films. If they're gonna make Godfather 4, it probably would have been kind of stupid because, in my opinion, what else I can do with the Godfather franchise? Nothing, because Michael Corleone is dead. You can't do nothing about him anyways. There's no point making a freaking sequel to it. So thank God they canceled it before it was made. So I mean, in my opinion, God of War 1 through 3 is one of the best set collections you definitely will have. In my opinion, if you do like the Godfather franchise like I do, it's one of the best set pieces you definitely will enjoy. 1 through 3 is one of the best franchises you definitely will enjoy as a Godfather franchise lover like I am. So mostly I'm rewatching Godfather 1, the 50th anniversary next week, guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a review on it because I already watched it and reviewed it with you guys once before. But it depends if I might do it again with you guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to review it one more time, but it's just still the same movie, and it's like, you know, like I might review it again with experience for watching it in theaters the first time, and tell you how I felt watching them in theaters. I'll probably do that. I'll probably do like that. Make like a 50th anniversary video. I guess with Godfather. I guess why not? I'll just probably do it for you guys just for the heck of it. I guess because it's Godfather 50th anniversary. I'll just do a video upon that for you guys just for a treat. So even though I made a review on it already, I'll just go nuts with it, I guess. So yeah, I mean, like I said, this movie is a pretty an average film in my opinion. I mean, it has issues. Like I said, it has problems. It has issues, and it just needs to be a little more better. That's just all it is. People have given it 7.6. I mean, yes, I believe 7.6 is a better scoring for the film. In my own opinion, 7.6 is a better rating for Godfather 3, guys. I don't want to give it an 8 or a 9 or a 10. It doesn't deserve that amount of praise. But there's some, like I said, there are some good set pieces for the film itself. There's some pretty good set pieces I really did enjoy. And there's some very sad ones. I felt kind of sad for Michael Corleone at the very end too as well. I felt him. I felt the loss of things he happened to him. Mostly, it had to happen for him to understand a loss. Mostly to him, he had to understand how it felt like to lose someone, and he finally did. But this movie definitely gets a 7.6 out of 10, guys. So, like I said, yes, thanks for watching as always. Stay safe. Stay tuned for the next review for Godfather 50th anniversary. I'll probably do that next week if I have time. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. Stay safe and have a great weekend as always. Yeah, guys, have a good night. Bye bye.